Welcome back, Tactical Aficionados. I am Damien Darko, and you're watching Bad Say Tactical, where it's not illegal if you don't get caught. Oh boy, check out the new Pistelle X-68 extended barrel. I got this from Defensive Innovations. I'll put some info on the screen. I'm actually forgetting how long this thing was. I've heard anywhere between 14.5 inches to 11.5. Some of that is, of course, in the frame. This puny little 4.5-inch barrel that goes inside it when it stands up comes standard with the Pistelle X-68. But this bad boy that she told you not to worry about is going to be launching our 68 caliber projectiles at ludicrous speeds, and we got the chronograph up and running, God willing, and it's actually a fairly warm day despite the sun, so we're going to get some chrono readings for you once we allow the CO2 to kind of degas. We're going to give it a little time between shooting to make sure that we get accurate numbers. 10-gram steel polymer composite balls here. These things are about as heavy as you're likely to get in these. I've heard they make 20-gram solid steel, but that's a bit much. So we're going to be launching these at the chronograph, seeing if we can get some good speeds. I've gotten 350 with the standard barrel. I can only imagine what this is going to do. And then we're going to hit our friend, bad girl, the gel block, and see if we can get, well, not exactly cavitation, but see if we can get a little bit of a wound track on there, see what it does with some kinetic force. And we even have an upcoming video. We're going to be actually clothing this girl here and seeing if we can punch through some hard outer layers. Anyway, through the magic of editing, All right, so I got our 10-gram loaded up. I'm just going to start with Mr. Gel Block here, because why bury the lead? All right. Ooh, we are pretty close here, but home defense distance. Ooh, yep, we definitely got in there.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it necessarily went deeper than I've seen it go before, but it hit with some force.
I think that's as deep as I've ever seen it go.
Giggity. Oh, damn. All right, let's get the chronograph. 10-gram steel polymer. That said 328. That's actually lower than I've gotten it before with the regular barrel. Interesting. 320. 319. 307. Notice I'm not resetting that thing because it's actually working. 300 and point says, so 300. 290.8. Is that on the right setting? Yes, that is feet per second. Do I have one more? I might. I wasn't counting. Do you fire 5 or 6 or 7?
You feel lucky.
291. And that was the last one. Get some of that CO2 out of there. Okay, so I'm glad the chronograph worked. It didn't shoot as fast as I thought it would. I got a number of 350 with these 10 grams in much warmer weather. I did that, it was, very sunny out, much warmer weather. That could be it, but it's not super cold out today. I thought we were gonna push one of these balls over 400. I wonder. Do you suppose maybe the barrel is so long that it's actually creating drag after a certain point? If your barrel is longer, you'll get more pressure regardless of whether or not you're using CO2 or pew-pew powder. But if it's too long, you start to get friction. I've heard that a 9mm out of a 10-inch barrel is actually better than out of a 16, because at one point you run out of enough powder behind that, and instead of getting more pressure, you get more friction.
Why don't you put the standard barrel on?
I'm going to have to let it heat back up again, but yeah, we'll do that.
Word.
We got time. We'll do standard barrel and find out if size really does matter.
Yo, what up, Tactical Aficionados? I'm going to be using a David seed. Yeah, I know my Christian references are being weird, but I want to see
David seed.
Boom, look at that.
I mean, they're in there. so we've reinserted, giggity, our 4.5-inch barrel, and I'd say we gave it about 15 minutes to kind of warm up in the house, maybe not as much as last time, but our results should be close enough. I mean, we got a shooting schedule to keep here, folks. So we're gonna try again on the chrono. Yep, got it on feet per second, not meters per second, because this is America, damn it. Let's see if we get any variation in our results. .271. So weird thing before I keep going, on a different day with this barrel, I shot one of these and got 350, and I thought that sounds like a lot. Maybe it does have to do with the weather. But on this day, we were getting, what was the highest number we got last time? It was 320, 330?
Yeah.
So yeah, we did get an improvement. Let's see what we get next. 269, yep, going down as you expect it to. 251. 250. Oh, no read that time. Hey, the chronograph's been doing pretty good overall. Man, we're kind of knocking the forest apart behind it. Jesus. 246. No read that time. I might be out. Let's see.
Yep.
Yep, and we're out. Man, I hate, on a side note, I hate space. Those 10 grams are $1 a piece. Every time I'm firing, I'm just like, ugh, I'm wincing.
What are we doing next, though?
Ooh.
Barrier penetration.
Yes, yes, we are. So, actually, let's weasel back this way. I am gonna go and do the math, and future Damien's gonna put that up on the screen, and we're gonna get our feet per second or foot-pounds, the difference between the long and short barrel. Future Damien here with the tales of the chronograph. Now, since the long barrel shoot got 7 numbers to read on the chrono, and the short only got 5, a couple of those being out of order, we're going to take the first 4 numbers from each the long and short barrel shoot, give you an average and a joules reading. So to start off with the long barrel shoot, we had a first of 328, which came out to 49 joules, a second shot of 320, at a respectable 47 joules, a third of 319, also coming out to 47 joules, and a fourth of 307, coming out to 43 joules. That gives us an average of 318 feet per second. On the short barrel, we had a first shot of 271 at 34 joules, a second shot of 269 at 33 joules, a third shot of 251 also at 33 joules, and a fourth shot of 250 at 29 joules. Keep in mind, I did round a couple of these numbers off instead of giving fractions of joules. That gives us an average foot per second of 260, making the average difference between the long and short barrel as far as feet per second go, 58 feet per second faster on average for the longer barrel. So although obviously this is a much less concealable option, I don't think this thing is all that concealable anyway, do you? I'm not fitting this down my pants on most days. I'm definitely not fitting this down my pants, but it's gonna hit harder. So why the hell not? If you're thinking of doing this as more of a home defense option and not a concealable carry option, might as well go with a little more power. I still think it's a bit long and excessive, and I've considered the possibility of doing a custom job and kind of cutting this down. Defensive Innovations, who I purchased this from, also sells a kind of expensive barrel shroud that's supposed to make it look like a real silencer. I just think it's huge. It's kind of ridiculous. It looks like something from like a movie from the 80s, and it obscures your front sight. So I think that's a lose-lose, and you spend more money. Maybe I'll do a custom barrel job and see, but adding more barrel does help. Oh, oh, it's our friend Sammy the less lethal squirrel. Hey, Sammy.
Howdy-ho, kids.
So, Sammy, do you think size matters?
I think a home intruder can survive without a spleen. Howdy-ho.
You sure can, Sammy. You sure can. Anyway, I've been Damien Darko for Band State Tactical, where it's not legal if you don't get... Huh.
What was that?
Something's coming.
Enemies falter as we night. Bands stay tactical, step bold. Weapons with stories unfold. Zombies crumble when we hold. Courage was more than gold.